Hello everyone, welcome. I hope you saw our last video, Formula for Learning. Today I'm going to talk about New World teaching. Often we hear teachers telling that they don't get time to finish syllabus. If you ask their students, they would say that they don't remember even a word of the last class, leave alone concepts. We have been hearing this for generations. Socratic and Buddha were great teachers at a time when printing was not invented and internet was just a wild dream. Today we have books, excellent classes in the internet, and virtual universities ready to enroll remote learners. Today's digital world demands new skill sets for teachers. We need teachers who are Socratic and who also connect with learners through technology. Let's find more about this from this video. How do you recognize a New World teacher if you find one in a campus? It's simple to find out. Just check if he is available to the learner 24/7 through multiple modes, is capable of creating a wow feeling in classes and subjects, is able to connect learners with multiple learning resources of the real and virtual worlds, and finally be able to assess actual learning. World is now connected and a global village. Teaching cannot afford to be traditional anymore. 24/7 teacher is one whom students feel free to consult any time for knowledge and advice. If you ask me how they do that, I would say a text message is all that takes to initiate an interaction when the teacher is not in sight. Learners always seek such a teacher, and the teacher keeps all doors open. In today's world, this would translate into active channels of communication through classrooms, phone, internet, and even social media platforms. Chemistry was a dreaded subject until I met my undergraduate teacher. His classes used to transport us to kitchens and backyards. He seldom taught but showed us everyday chemistry around us in interesting ways. We started to see benzene and water molecules like household objects and no oxidation and reduction like everyday events that we see. Learning chemistry was less painful and more enjoyable. A good teacher always creates an interest in learners about the subject. We fall in love with the subject and the teacher. A good teacher always infects learners with a passion for learning and subject. There was a time when we waited for the watchman to open nearby library. Gone are the days, and our world is a library where reading materials are delivered even through smartphones. The traditional teacher used to direct us to the nearby libraries and the source of knowledge. Today, a teacher has to tell students in class the best sources of knowledge, be it a YouTube video or a class note of an e-learning program. Government of India's Swayam and NPTEL portals offer free knowledge, as does Coursera. There is a popular story of a professor approaching a master for learning Zen. The master was pouring him tea before initiating teaching. As he continued pouring, even after the cup was overflowing, the professor asked him why he was doing it. It was then that the teacher told him that just like one can't pour into a full cup, one has to empty one's mind and be open for learning. A good teacher is one who can assess the level of learners and their learning even as she is teaching. As the first principle of management says, something that can't be measured can't be managed also. Smart teachers always do this for assessing learners and their learning. To be a good teacher in the modern world, one needs to be available for the learners 24/7. Be knowledgeable about the different knowledge sources available both in the real and virtual worlds. Be capable of designing an ideal learning situation and have the ability to assess learners and their learning exactly. Don't miss our next video, Creating a Passion in Learning. Good day.